Time now, 8:44, to discuss matters monetary. I still prefer the OJs, for the love of money. Anyway, joining us now, I'm delighted to welcome to Talk Radio TV financial expert and genuinely nice person, Jasmine Birtles, founder of MoneyMagpie.com. Good morning, Jasmine.
Hello, sir.
And the secret is out. It wasn't Satoshi Nakamoto who invented the Bitcoin, it was...
It was Craig. It doesn't quite sound the same. Craig Wright. I must admit, if I was called Craig Wright, I probably would call myself Satoshi Nakamoto, because it doesn't really inspire particular interest or confidence, does it? Craig Wright. Don't know.
Well, mind you, if you're Japanese, if you're Japanese, you might think Satoshi Nakamoto was really boring, and Craig Wright would be the fount of all knowledge. Before we go into the whys and wherefores and what it's made money, what exactly is Bitcoin? How does it work, and is it worth getting involved in?
Well, it's a good point. Bitcoin is what's called a cryptocurrency. So it is an actual currency. You can buy things with it, and people do, but it doesn't involve coins. And importantly, it's not connected to any country or group of countries or anything like that. It's completely decentralized, as they say. So the way it works, rather than in Britain, of course, we've got the Royal Mint, and it's all run by government and Bank of England, and they print money as and when they feel it's a good idea. With Bitcoin, it's bits, it's digital, and there's a limited number of Bitcoins. There are only 21 million apparently, and that's it.
So roughly at the moment, Jasmine, how many Bitcoins will I get for £1, or how many pounds will I need for one Bitcoin?
Well, amazingly, you'll need over £300 for just one Bitcoin.
Blimey.
Yeah, quite.
Because there are a limited number of them, that's why. They're never going to make any more.
No, exactly. They say they're not going to make any more. You can get bits of a Bitcoin. You can divide Bitcoins into about into at least 1 million, and a millionth of a Bitcoin is a Satoshi, not surprisingly. So you can do that. But if you want just one Bitcoin, it's over £300 at the moment, and it goes up. It's been higher than that. It could go up and down. But the thing is that Bitcoin is just one of a number of cryptocurrencies around that. It's the first one, it's the biggest one, it's the one everybody knows, but it's not the only one. And people say that Bitcoin might not survive, but the technology behind it will. That's what a lot of investors are interested in. They like the technology, they like the idea.
And what's to like, Jasmine? Why is it an efficient way of doing business?
Well, it's a good point. In some ways it is, some ways it isn't. The way it works is that it's a bit like Wikipedia. You know, with Wikipedia, it's not centralized again. It's just a whole load of people around the world decide they will watch it and whatever. In a kind of a way, Bitcoin's like that. So you've got this encrypted technology. So in other words, encrypted like it's got passwords. So each Bitcoin, each bit has sort of a technological password thing, and only a few people know that. But you've got people around the world who are watching kind of the transactions in a kind of a way. So they make sure that nobody creates a new Bitcoin. And the way it works is that you can use it to buy things online. It's got a bit of a dodgy name because it's been used very much on the dark web. But now there are even some places where you can use it, like actual shops. Even in this country, you can use it. And I think the way people do it is with their phone, almost a little bit like Apple Pay, not quite the same, but you use it that way. And anyone who actually understands Bitcoin and can use them, then they will take them, quite amazingly.
There was a story I seem to remember about a chap who had lots of Bitcoins, and somehow he got rid of his hard drive or lost them on his computer and was trying desperately to find them. Is that one of the dangers involved in this, that actually they can suddenly disappear into cyberspace?
Well, I think in theory they could certainly, if you like him. I know, I keep thinking about him. I mean, terrible thought that it was thousands, I think hundreds of thousands of pounds worth, if not more, on the hard drive. Yeah, it's again like money. I think if you put coins in a bag and drop them into the sea by mistake, you've lost them pretty much. Certainly with him, I think it's possible to back them up. But certainly with him, he hadn't. They were just on this old hard drive. He obviously thought they weren't worth anything, and just, forgot about the hard drive. And there you are. Suddenly he realised that they were worth something, and desperate to get his hard drive back.
Oops, fantastic and fascinating stuff as ever, Jasmine. Jasmine Birtles, the TV financial expert and founder of MoneyMagpie.com. Jasmine, before you go, we're asking everybody this morning for their Leicester connection after last night's fairy tale. No matter how tenuous, do you have a connection, please, Jasmine Birtles, with Leicester City? Anyone at all?
Oh, yeah, well, I used to have a friend, Mina, who had a little boy, and I went to see her in Leicester, and then they came to the station. The little boy was 4, so sweet, and they came to Leicester Station with me, and as soon as he saw the train, little boy was jumping up and down with just total excitement just to see a train coming into Leicester Station, and I watched him and I thought, yeah, that's what life is. That's why children are so wonderful. Little things like a train coming into Leicester Station was the most exciting thing in the world for him.
Thank you very much indeed. What a sweet story. So Leicester City means the joy of childhood. Jasmine Birtles for Money Mag.